Hello to my water signs. This is Monday Meditation. I'm Angel with Ninth House Collective, and I use my Monday meditation to look at the general energy for my zodiac signs. I start with a theme card to give us a look at the energy for the week for all of my water signs, and then individually I'll pull one for each of you guys. I also chose my healing deck to get a message for you guys, and I also kind of tap in and tune in to see maybe what energy centers, what chakras might need some nurturing to bring about balance, and that's what I do. So thank you for joining me, and we're going to dive right into my water signs now. The theme that showed for you guys this week is the Empress, right? So the Empress is the mother archetype of the tarot deck, but the theme being about, she also is about, abundance and nurturing and creativity. So she is definitely very fertile, and although it can speak to an actual birth, her energy really is about birthing all sorts of things like projects and ideas, passions, goals, etc. So she also signifies like a time of luxury and really invites you to kind of connect with pleasure and beauty and nature. It's a time of expansion, and it's a time when your creativity is really in flow, right? So those are all the themes around the Empress. So nurturing, abundant, creative. So that is the theme for my water signs. And then I started with my Cancer friends, and the card that presented for you guys is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, this card is kind of, the concepts around this card are around like spiritual and religious beliefs, or like traditions, right? Institutions, things that like really have a firm routine and rituals and stuff like that, like set around them. So when this card comes up, it is really inviting you to learn the basic principles and teachings around something, right? So it's also a great time to commit to some kind of ritual or tradition personally, right? Some kind of spiritual or religious tradition, so that you can really experience a time of expansion and growth. So it calls on you to kind of link up with a teacher or a mentor and really commit to some kind of new practice, so it can expand your knowledge around that area, right? But also, if you are somebody who has mastered a certain area, the Hierophant card can also suggest a time where you become the teacher, right? And help somebody set up a practice and help them learn and grow in those areas. Now, the Empress being about creativity and bringing in fertile ideas and all of that kind of stuff. So this is about expansion on these ideas, your spiritual and religious beliefs. And it doesn't have to be, it can, you can think outside of the box. It could be expansion and learning on teaching other types of institutions. So you could be expanding your knowledge in different areas, but it really, at its heart, calls on you to either link up with a mentor or a teacher and to establish some really good routines to bring about this expansion, or potentially that you are the one who is going to that could be the new idea that you're birthing with the theme of the Empress this week, right? You could be birthing an idea of how you can bring this knowledge, this tradition or routine to the community as well. And the card that showed up for you guys today from my healing deck reads, "A cheerful expression brings joy to the heart, and good news gives health to the bones. Here's a task. Be the bearer of only good news today. In living out this task, note whether you find it difficult to maintain, and if so, discover why within yourself." So for those of you who may be seeking out some kind of a teacher or a mentor, maybe that's what you are going to be discovering within yourself. Maybe that's another little message in there for you. But with the energy center, I'm going to say for you guys, it's going to be heart and throat this week, right? So the Hierophant, heart, something, learning something, a lot of religions and spiritual practices are based on, love, right? So the heart center is all about love and giving and receiving love in equal ways. And our throat chakra is really our communication hub. So maybe if you are going to be speaking or learning or teaching some kind of practices, or you're the teacher in this scenario, that is a great center to nurture. But also it helps if you are hooking up and learning and expanding. It really helps you get clear and be able to communicate your beliefs and your value systems in a more complete way. Okay, and who do we have next? Next, we're going to be talking about my Scorpion friends, and you guys got a really fun card this week. So, the Empress, our theme is about creativity and being in flow and birthing new ideas. Well, you guys got the Three of Cups, and I call this my GNO card, my girls' night out, right? It's about celebrations and getting together with people and collabing, and especially in creative ways, right? Cups are about our emotions and creativity. So if we're looking at the theme this week about birthing new ideas, right? About creative endeavors. The Three of Cups is encouraging you to collab on creative endeavors and also to let your hair down and have some fun. I love the Three of Cups. So again, a time to come together with people in some kind of a creative pursuit. It's just really calling on a social time and a time to really lean into your creativity, which is great going along with the theme of the Empress. She's super creative. And the message from my healing deck that showed up from my Scorpio friends is without hope we live in desire. Ask yourself, what are my desires? Then ask, what are my genuine needs? Discover how casually you desire things that have no real value for you. Then you will realize how easily you lose your power. So get out there this week, my Scorpios. You are being called to be social, to be creative, and to be collabing and really birthing in new ideas and new creative endeavors. And for you guys, I'm going to say your solar plexus, just lean into your confidence and your personal power and really charging that all up by getting together and collabing and communing and spending time with friends and creative collaborations. Okay, and finally with my water signs, we've got my Pisces peeps. And the card that showed up for you guys today was the Judgment card, right? So the Judgment card is really about rebirth, right? It speaks to higher consciousness, tapping into our higher selves. It speaks to our inner callings, right? So this is a time for you to, especially with the new ideas, birthing in new ideas, you could be going through a time of really expanding in that area, right? Higher levels of consciousness. It's a card I read somewhere once about the Judgment card, which I really love. They called it like a cosmic leveling up, right? So this is a time of broadening and leveling up, and really a time of rebirth, right? It can also indicate a time where you need to make some big decisions that are going to require a lot of balance between our intuition as well as our intellect, right? And the Judgment upright, to me, is always its most positive form, right? You will be judged fairly, and you are really going through a time of rebirth, a time of aligning with your inner callings, and that cosmic leveling up, so to speak. So that is the card that showed up for my Pisces peeps. And your card from my Oracle deck, the healing deck that came up, is pain is a touchstone of spiritual progress. Follow your pain as if it were a candle in the night, leading you to a place of decision. Clear choices can often heal your pain because they release your conflicts. Interesting. The Judgment card does speak to big decisions, right? So it's really, I think, calling on you to follow your pain, meaning look at past pains so that you can use them as lessons and really make your decisions, and really make your decisions from a place of learning and integrating those past lessons from pain, right? So your center for my Pisces friends is going to be your throat chakra and grounding. So root and throat for my Pisces friends. Again, root chakra is about safety and security, and our throat chakra is about speaking our truth, right? You're learning and expanding this week with the Judgment card, right? There's some big decisions perhaps for you guys, and really lean into balancing before making those decisions, and really balancing your intelligence with your gut feelings or your intuition. All right, guys, have a fantastic week moving forward, and I'll catch you next Monday.